Hey gems, welcome or welcome back to the nest. I'm Ali and I'm excited you're here with me. Today we are touring our finished island of Cajiba. So I'm very excited to show you guys around. If you're new here, welcome to Cajiba, our Moroccan Arabian inspired island. And if you happen to enjoy cozy Animal Crossing content, go and hit those like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to join our Discord through the link in the video description. Now for this video, I will also be inputting all of the custom creator codes in the video description. I haven't been doing that as we go because I have the Pinterest board linked. So if you want to go and see like all of the inspiration, you can do that through the Pinterest board. But if you are interested in specifically which codes we used for this island, then I will have them linked individually in the video description. So starting off, this is our flag that I designed myself. I quite like how it came out. I don't usually do my own custom code stuff, but that one in particular I really wanted to do. And so having said all of that, let's have a look around our island. So I think the entrance is one of my favorite things that I have done, especially like for all of the other islands that I've put together. I think this entrance is probably one of my favorites that I have done. So let's come and have a look. So in this island, I actually gave every villager a particular role and all of that sort of stuff. So this is Leonardo's house. He is our sort of self-proclaimed island champion. He's battle hardened and all of that sort of stuff, and he has a training arena just across from him here. And this is where he trains travelers that want to learn some battle skills to take care of themselves when they're out in the desert. And he puts on a bit of a show sometimes in this little arena here. And Savannah is here as well. By the looks of it, she was getting ready to watch a battle, which obviously is not happening right now. But yeah, this was one of the last builds that I did. I wasn't 100% sure how I wanted it to look, but I'm quite happy with how it turned out. It's not too complicated either, which I think is nice. So as we come up here, we have Savannah's house, which, as you can see, she's got, obviously she is a zebra, so it makes sense that she would be good at things like horse breeding and taking care of the horses that you would need to be, hardy and all of that sort of stuff to survive traveling around the desert. So she is our caravan keeper and horse breeder. Her backstory goes along the line of like caravanning and stuff is kind of in her blood. It's a bit of a family tradition. So when she came to this island, she brought that with her. So she's our horsey and caravanning expert. And next to her, or I guess not next to, but on the other side of the main walkway, we have the Able sisters. So this one, I just did a really simple decoration. Oh, not that way. That way. Yeah, just a simple decoration for this build. So we've just got, a couple of things out the front, a couple of shop fronts, storefronts, that's the word I was looking for. And you can see up the back, you can't get up here, but you don't really need to. It doesn't need to be interacted with, this little section behind, but it's sort of just their like break area, I guess. with a bit of, what's the word? Storage, I guess. A bit of storage stuff up there. So let's go back around this way. Back to the main walkway. So as you come up here, and Keaton was just giving us a bit of a tune. As you come up here, you can see that I have left some presents here. I'm not going to open them because I would like it to be a surprise if you come and visit. So these are things that you can wear and things that you can hold. So you can take your pick and wear whatever Moroccan desert based outfit you would like. And then that finishes our walkway up to resident services. So Kix is here today, but he's not here in the dream address. So I've already set the dream address. And look at Coco, she's wearing the desert outfit that I gave her. She looks so cute. So cute in her little outfit. Keaton's not wearing the outfit that I gave him right now, but I think he is in the dream address. So I gave all of my villagers, oh gosh, they're having a little conversation, that's too cute. Let's stop getting distracted. But yeah, I gave everyone an outfit that was Moroccan or desert based. So I think I've forgotten who's wearing what in the when I set the dream address, but some of them are wearing the outfits that I chose for them, which is always really cute. I love it when they do that. So just on this left hand side here, you can see a little bit of like an apartment type situation, I guess, and then above it is a sort of seating and relaxing type of area. It's sort of Keaton's, but also like not necessarily, if that makes sense, because his house is up there. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute. But yeah, so it's sort of, it's not specifically Keaton's seating area, but it is sort of adjacent to his house and stuff. And then, so behind Savannah's house, we have a little, just a really small seating area as well. I did want to make it bigger, but of course, because I have the bamboo tree here, I couldn't put an extra bit of cliff just right here. And that would mean that I'd have like a weird little L-shaped type situation happening there. And I didn't really like the thought of that. If you haven't watched the video where I put these little, like Savannah's upstairs bit and the Able sisters upstairs bit, I struggled so hard to try and get a curtain partition behind this, and it just really was not happening for me, and it was very annoying and upsetting. But I do think it looks good enough without the curtain partitions. You let me know what you think, and go and watch that video if you want to watch the struggle. So as we come around, so this is the like full left hand side of our city section, and I just did a really simple nooks cranny disguise, I guess you could call it. But yeah, I didn't really want to do anything too crazy here, partly because of where it is, you know, it's really close to a lot of other things, but also it's not a major feature of this island, so I didn't really need it to go hard or anything. And then, so behind that, I changed this up a little bit from the video where I talk about the Nooks Cranny section. So I did change that up a little bit. I put these pergolas behind it. I just thought they just kind of add to this, like this weird awkward backspace. They added to that a little bit more than the stuff that I had around there before. But anyway, so as we come up here, you can see some more apartments that I put together. I was quite happy with how they ended up turning out. And then we come up here to a bit of greenery, which I think really adds to the sort of, we're in the middle of the desert vibe. that makes sense. And then this is my house. We'll go in here shortly because I have decorated some of the rooms. And we just have some more fake buildings, more apartments here. And I ended up I haven't really used like the brick fence before, but it worked really well in certain places here, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. And I think it matches like the terracotta plant partition really well as well. So behind my house we have Boris here, and he is home right now, so let's go in and say hello to Boris. I decorated all of the villager homes, so I can't remember who's home at the time of the dream address setting, but Boris is home right now, so I can show you his house. He is obviously wearing the desert outfit because that's his basic outfit, and he fits perfectly. So Boris is the island stonemason and rug maker extraordinaire. So he's very talented, as you can see by some of the things that he has built here. He's very talented, but he's also quite grumpy, and he doesn't really like talking about the work that he does and stuff like that. He doesn't take praise very well. He's very humble about it and all of that sort of stuff. And, you know, he gets into arguments with Leonardo often, because Leo is just a silly jock and he doesn't understand that sometimes he offends people. Isn't that right, Boris? Yeah. All right, let's move on. So you can see his yard is decorated with stuff that he has made as well. And in this outside section of his house, we really just focused on the stonemason part of his role here, partly because Bangle right next to him is our silk and spice merchant. So Boris does all of the rugs and, you know, nice, what's the word I want? Like vases and sculptures and things like that. And then Bangle does all of the other fabrics, like fabrics for clothing and things, and spices. So Bangle's story, I wish she was home because her interior showcases the duality of her role a little bit better. But that's okay. I'll put a picture up on the screen right now for you guys to show what her house interior looks like. So yeah, I forgot a little bit about the spice part of her story when I was building her yard, but that's okay. It makes more sense for the fabric stuff to be out here anyway, I think. So she comes from a very wealthy family of merchants, and she didn't really want the empire. She wanted to strike it out on her own and be, you know, an independent girly. So that's what she did, and she is very beloved here. Now Zell, and I'll put a picture of his interior as well for you guys because I quite like what I put together in there. So Zell is our court musician, if you will. And gosh, that is actually really loud. Anyway, so he's our court musician. He was a traveling, wandering performer and got caught up over here. And our pretend court of Blathers and Brewster liked him so much that they invited him to stay quite strongly, and he agreed. So Zell has a little performance area out here, which I feel like this little bit out here is more for just when he wants to vibe and, you know, wants to talk to his neighbours, you know, while he's just jamming out. And so when we come up here to this third level up here, we have Keaton's house. So Keaton is our sort of courier messenger kind of guy, and when whenever he comes back, he brings back stories with him. But I thought, what could be better for Keaton as a courier than to decorate his yard like a postal service type of situation. So, you know, because he's always taking things here, there and everywhere, I decided his yard should reflect that. So he's got the pile of gifts in the back there. He's got his little packages and boxes and whatnot. This code here, like for the cushion and the stacked bags, was one of the best things I've ever found. I love it so much. I wish I could have put it on more stuff. I'll also put a picture of his interior on the screen for you guys so that you can see what it actually looks like. I quite like how his interior turned out as well. So this is the seating area that I was talking about before. Let's get a nice little angle of it. There we go. And so this space, I quite like how this bit came together. It took me a little while to sort of work out how I wanted like the things around the sofas to be and how I wanted everything to look. But I am quite happy with how that turned out. Alright, so that is our whole neighbourhood. That's our town. And so, where should we go next? Let's go this way. So this bit out here is the last build that I did, and this is our main souk, which is a Moroccan like outdoor market. So we have a lovely sort of eating area over here. I have never seen these this grape item. I've never seen that in game before, and I saw it in someone else's decoration, I think, in a Pinterest picture, and I thought they were so cool, and they just fit the vibe of a lot of the spaces in this kind of island. So I was very excited to find them. So coming down here, we have our souk. So this is where Bangle and Boris do the majority of their merchant selling, etc. So this is Boris's section here with the porcelain and the cube lights being, you know, sort of unworked stonemasonry, if that makes any sense. And then, yeah, just all the vases, the mystic statue, which I think fits really well there. And then this is all Bangle's section. So this is where I reminded myself that I needed to get the spice aspect of her out. So she's got the shelves in the back of her two stalls there with, you know, jars of all the different herbs and spices and whatnot. I found these umbrella codes on Pinterest and I thought they were amazing. The purple one is lavender and the green one is green mums, I believe, but they work really well for just representing any sort of spice, really, or not spice, herb. But yeah, so I really like how that turned out. And then obviously like these panels and kimonos and stuff up the front here, showcasing the beautiful silks that Bangle can create. So this is pretty much the only beach that's decorated. The rest of the beaches just have various palm trees on them. And that was a conscious choice that I made. I don't really like decorating beaches in general. Oh, Savannah, there's no point thinking now. The dream address is set. Anyway. But yeah, I didn't really want to decorate the beaches on this island in particular because I felt like that would take away from the emptiness of the desert feel that you're supposed to have when you're here. And that just made me happy because I don't like decorating the beaches. So let's go into my house. And so as you walk in, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with this whole house, but I do like the way that it's all turned out. So this is sort of your entrance to what isn't really a home, if that makes sense. It's more of like a gathering place kind of area. So I made this main room as a sort of eating area, like a kind of like a restaurant, but not necessarily a restaurant, if that makes sense. And then so you can see that I've got curtain partitions on all of these doors, and that is because I chose not to decorate those rooms. I just really had run out of steam by that point, and I didn't have any ideas of what I wanted to put there, so I just didn't. So, oh, okay. Coco, this is just really not the time. I'm trying to show everybody else around. And you just come in here. You thought you'd stop in to say hi and interrupt us. Okay, well, anyway, even though Coco's here, I'm going to show you around regardless. So downstairs we have the bathhouse, which I really like how this turned out. We have just a very calm area, I think. We have the calming, I've got a little bit of music happening over here, but we also have the calm sounds, like the, you know, the sounds that you can do when you're in decorating mode after you do enough HHP. So yeah, bathhouse, just, you know, I really wanted to do a bathhouse here, and I just think all the white and everything, it's just so calming. I put the little bubbleoids up on the wall just to give us a bit of extra bubble for the room. But yeah, I like this room. Now, I forgot I was in camera mode. Alright. Are you going to go now, Coco? Yes, you should. Bye-bye. Okay. See you later, Coco. Alright, so upstairs, I think this is my favourite room. I was really excited to do this. So, oops, that's my bad. This is the hookah bar. So, if you don't know what hookah is, I'm not going to explain that to you. You can look it up yourselves. But I really wanted to use the whistleoids in a build like this, and I polished them so they're steamy. And I just love, like, we've got the tropical vista, we've got the inexplicable jars on the window ledge there, and this blue Moroccan wallpaper is some of the prettiest wallpaper that I think I have ever seen. I've never actually come across it in game before. I had to go to a treasure island to find it, and it's just stunning. And I love this room. It makes me laugh a little bit, partly because of all the whistleoids dancing. I just think that's so funny. Anyway, okay. Okay, moving right along. I make myself laugh. Anyway, so that's that. We've seen all of these. The dream address also is set at 6:30 p.m. So just that beautiful part of golden hour. So out here, oh, Coco again. So you can see we've got a little caravan leaving. I just thought that tied in Savannah's house really nicely. So you can see there is a lot of empty space right? And when you look at the map, you can see all the emptiness, and that was on purpose because we are in a desert. So I really wanted to make sure that there were at least some areas on this island that really strongly gave that desert vibe. I didn't want all of it to be super built up. So hopefully that comes across. So as we come along, I saw someone else do this on their Moroccan sort of island, instead of just, you know, trying to pretend that the waterways don't exist, make them into mini oases. So I did that too because I thought that was really cool. So that's a mini oasis. Up here we have Ruby's house. Now she, unfortunately, she does not have any stairs to get off of this platform, so she is often just wandering up here, which sometimes I feel bad about, but there just wasn't room for it, and I wanted her area to be difficult to reach because, oh, she's home, we can go inside, excellent. I really love her interior as well. But yeah, I wanted her area to be difficult to reach because she is our desert oracle. So let's go inside and see her temple. Oh, and she's cooking, which kind of ruins the vibe, Ruby. Did you have to be cooking tonight? Like right now? That's really annoying. Okay, well, you get the gist of, whoops, not the map. You get the gist at least of what's happening here. There is another one of these on this side because symmetry. I'll put a picture up as well of what this looks like when she's not cooking. But so she's got the starry wallpaper back here because she's up high, and I wanted to give this like an airy sort of feel, like to make you feel like you are you know, at like the top of a tower kind of a vibe. And then so you can see she's also got the red curtain wall, and that sort of, to me, just gave that like really what's the word, like opulent, I guess, kind of vibe for her. And then so the moon chair is where Ruby would sit as the oracle. You have to sit on the floor here on this round pillow, and you ask her for a prophecy, and she will potentially give you one. You might not like it, but that's the way that prophecies go. Am I right? She is at least wearing the bohemian dress that I gave her, so she's at least done that. But yeah, so because she's the oracle, I wanted her house to be difficult to reach. These bits down here, these gold items, are offerings that people have given her to try and sway her, well, not decisions, but to try and sway her prophecies to be more favourable. And then, so the story goes that she built her temple next to this oasis on purpose. So she built her temple next to this oasis because she felt spiritually connected to it, and it made the most sense to her. No one really knows where she came from either. She just sort of appeared in the desert one day, and you know, so everyone's maybe a little bit afraid of her. And so here we have Lucky's yard. Is Lucky home as well? Yes. So Lucky is a bit of an unfortunate soul on this island. So Lucky's story goes that he was like an archaeologist, treasure hunter kind of guy, and so he attempted to enter this particular tomb that's down here, and he didn't realise what that would mean for him. Don't know why I put that away. He didn't realise what that would mean for him, right? So he ended up being cursed by the spirit of the tomb, and he is now undead. So he's no longer a living dog. He doesn't know that though. It was one of those things where, you know, 1 minute he was in the tomb, Indiana Jones style. The next minute he was out, covered in bandages, with no recollection of what happened. So his soul is tied to this place, which is why the tomb and everything is still here. And he just, you know, he doesn't know why some people are a bit afraid of him. And, you know, he just... Oh, Leo's visiting too. Okay, it's a bit of a crowded house. But yeah, because he's just, like, he's such a sweet little fella. I love the lazy villagers. Well, I love most of the lazy villagers. Let's not get carried away. Okay, it is a little bit difficult to see everything with 3 of us in here, but that's okay. So Lucky has a bit of a ramshackle situation going on here. You can see he's got a couple of things that are like artifact looking, like the decorative plate here, and oh, sorry, Leo, you go. Okay, all right. Oh, okay. This is a bit silly. We don't all fit. I'm just trying to show you the turtle. I'm trying to show you guys the turtle up here, the golden turtle. Anyway, but yes, okay. So he's got a couple of things that are sort of treasure related, and that just sort of ties him into that, you know, sort of Indiana Jones type of guy. And then obviously the rest of it is a little bit ramshackly, a little bit run down. There's definitely not a skeleton on the floor. Don't worry about that. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing this build. I sort of, you know, took a lot of inspiration from his HHP vacation home request and then brought it home for him. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to move a bit quickly now, I think, because it's starting to get dark. All right, so as we come around the back here, let's do the souk first, I guess. So this is our second souk, Moroccan open air market. And this one just has a bunch of, like, lots of different stuff in it. So we have a bit of a, you know, a gardeny plant section. We have music, which is why the gyroids are here. We've got the, you know, the harp, the festival drum is in the back there as well. But yeah, this one is just a mixture of things. This is where Boris sells his rugs too. This was where I remembered that he does that. And I thought the best way to get the rug vibe across, because we can't place the rugs outside, which is silly, but whatever. I thought the best way to get that across was to just drop them, and I quite like how that turned out. And then we've got our sort of, what would you call this sort of section? Our, like, animal merchant person who may or may not be obtaining these creatures illegally. We don't know. We don't ask questions. So as we come along here, there's, you know, just sometimes just shady stuff happens, you know, don't worry about it. So as we come along here, this is where our palace is, basically our court, if you will. So that is sort of why we have this sunken garden type area here. This was one of the first builds that I did, and I still really love it. I love the white tiles. I love the blue and white castle pieces, and I love how you can see the museum behind and the statues and everything. So yeah, this whole section I think is really pretty. And yeah, these were some of the first builds that I did, the first videos of the series. If you haven't watched the whole thing, I would recommend going back and having a look at everything and how I put all of these builds together. So this section here, I am walking in the pool, yes, so I apologize for that, I'm ruining the illusion. But so this is the, I guess, not community pool, but it's the pool for the museum, for the court. And here is our court. Let me get out of the way. So this, yeah, I wanted it to look palatial, and I feel like it does that, I think. You let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I feel that it gives a palatial vibe without being too over the top or ostentatious and things like that. But I really like how that turned out. And then on this side, oh, Ancha's home as well, excellent. So on this side, this is Ancha's pool. So she has an interesting story, okay? So she was just a lowly servant girl in another faraway kingdom. She was a servant in the palace. That empire fell, as empires do. Oh no, she's sick. So anyway, we'll ignore that for a moment. So she was a servant girl in a faraway empire. She worked in the palace, and when that empire fell, Ancha, you are really ruining the vibe here right now. When that empire fell, she decided to reinvent herself because she was jealous of what the royalty around her had. She was jealous of the opulence, she was jealous of their wealth, etc. And so when she got to this island, she reinvented herself as an emissary of that fallen faraway empire. And because nobody here knew about it, they just took her word for it. So her interior here is like a meeting room kind of situation, because in my mind, that's what emissaries would be doing, I guess. You know, they'd be meeting with important people and stuff. And Ancha thinks that she is important. So that's why she has a little bit of opulence in here. She's not over the top about it. But it is very pretty, I think. She's got, I forgot I put gold bars in the corner there too. But yeah, we've got some gold bars. She has a cricket. I can't remember if I placed that myself or if I gave her a cricket and she's displayed it. But either way, I quite like it on that set of Zen cushions over there. But yeah, I'm gonna feel bad about not giving her medicine right now, but that is not the purpose of today. I promise you she's not sick in the DA, if that makes anyone feel better. But yeah, so that is her section. And then because I wanted to have a lot of greenery around this area as the palace, because you know, it kind of gives the vibe that this is not for everyone. This is not for the plebs, the peasants, if you will. This is, you know, only the rich, only the wealthy get nice things like greenery in a desert, you know? So yeah, that was that thought process. Now the last person that we have to visit is Coco. So you can see all around here is quite bare. This waterfall is connected to the other river mouth, and that was always going to be the case. So I don't think Coco's home right now. No, she's still wandering around. So Coco is our clay guardian, and as such, she has a house area that is made of clay basically, and she has a lot of gyroids around because she's essentially their leader in a way, if that makes sense. So because, you know, and I've talked about this before, but Coco is an overgrown gyroid, and you cannot change my mind. And I know that other people think this too, so it's not just me. And putting this build together, like this little section here, this stelloid, I love it. I love I've never used the Forbidden Temple before, but I really enjoyed putting this together. And just having, let's see if we can, no, that doesn't really show it very nicely. But yeah, putting the rock garden here as well was a bit of a stroke of genius, thanks to a comment in the poll that I put up, because I wasn't really sure if I even wanted to have a rock garden on this island. But having the glowing moss pond in the middle and putting it as part of Coco's yard made so much sense, and I really love how that turned out. And so as we come up here, we come to the campsite, which I did also forget to put a villager in the campsite, so sorry about that. But you can just imagine it being full. You can also watch the video of me building that up, and you can see the campsite with a tent up. But yeah, so this is next to Coco's house and yard because as the clay guardian of this island, she's basically like as old as the island itself, okay? So she is in charge of how do we want to say it? She's in charge of like guiding the travelers that come to this island. So this is this is why. So the campsite is here because Coco is here. So travelers that come here who you know want to traipse through the desert, they have Coco to help them and guide them so that they don't get lost in the desert, because she's just, she's just cool like that. This whole section was also very fun to put together once I worked out how I wanted this all to go. This was another one that I sort of knew what I wanted, and then I realized I didn't actually know a whole lot about what I wanted, but I think it turned out really well. I really wanted this tea set to be in the dead center of the kotatsu, and I just could not for the life of me make that happen, and that really annoyed me, but that's okay. So I think that's everything. I've done a little bit of decorating down here, but not a whole lot, and that was also on purpose because deserts are typically quite empty, and that was how I wanted this to come across. So I think that's it, you guys. I've shown you everything. Let's meet back at the airport so that we can say goodbye. Alright, you guys, I think we will leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing and joining the Discord so you don't miss any future content. I would very much appreciate it. And next time I see you, we will be starting a brand new island. And that is very exciting. I would love to hear in the comments, or I guess see in the comments, what you think my next theme should be. What would you like to see? I know what I want to do, but I am always open to suggestions, and I have about 10 ideas that I really want to do at some point. So let me know in the comments, what would you like to see me do next as a theme? I hope that you're all having the best day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!